Have you ever wondered how someone could move from atheism to unshakable faith, not through emotion or tradition, but through reason, imagination, and deep personal reflection? Today I want to take you on a journey into the heart and mind of C.S. Lewis, a brilliant literary scholar, a former skeptic, and one of the most powerful Christian voices of the 20th century. His faith wasn't handed to him. It was hard-won, thoughtful, and tested by suffering, and that's what makes it so compelling. C.S. Lewis's early life was marked by pain. He lost his mother to cancer at just 9 years old. Not long after, he was sent off to harsh boarding schools that felt more like prisons than places of learning. Any childhood sense of God faded quickly. By his teenage years, Lewis had embraced atheism. He called Christianity a myth, just one more story among thousands. His intellect was sharp, his skepticism real. But beneath that, there was a quiet longing, a yearning that nothing in this world seemed to satisfy. Then came the war, World War I. Lewis served in the trenches of France. He witnessed death, despair, and the seeming silence of heaven. And yet, something stirred. It wasn't the trauma that led him back to faith. It was beauty. It was the haunting feeling that joy and meaning, if they existed at all, couldn't be explained by cold materialism alone. That's where the turning point began. Through conversations with close friends like J.A.R. Tolkien and through deep reflection on reason and morality, Lewis began to reconsider Christianity, not as an emotional crutch, but as a coherent, rational worldview. One that actually made sense of the human experience of right and wrong, of longing and love, of life and death. Lewis famously wrote, "I believe in Christianity as I believe the sun has risen, not only because I see it, but because by it I see everything else." His journey to faith was slow, it was reluctant. And when he finally surrendered to belief in God, he described it as being dragged into the kingdom, kicking, struggling, resentful, and yet it changed everything. His book, Mere Christianity, is one of the clearest, most powerful defenses of the Christian faith ever written. Not because it uses complicated theology, but because it speaks to the mind and heart at the same time. Lewis shows that faith isn't the enemy of reason, it's actually the fulfillment of it. He challenges us with logic, like in his famous trilemma. Jesus was either a liar, a lunatic, or the Lord. He paints pictures of heaven and hell with stunning imagination in books like The Great Divorce and the Screwtape Letters. And in the Chronicles of Narnia, he tells the Gospel's story through the eyes of children and talking animals, making eternal truth feel more real than anything in this world. But the real heart of Lewis's story is this. He didn't find faith in a moment of strength. He found it in weakness, in longing, in doubt. He found it not by running from his questions, but by leaning into them. And through it all, he discovered that what we long for most, truth, beauty, joy, is not an illusion. It's a clue, a signpost pointing beyond the world. So if you're wrestling with belief, if you're wondering whether your faith can survive your questions, let C.S. Lewis be your guide. Not a man who had all the answers, but one who walked through the same shadows and still found light. His faith wasn't blind obedience, it was deep conviction. It wasn't forced, it was discovered. And that's what makes it unbreakable. If this story spoke to you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever had a Lewis moment where beauty or truth stopped you in your tracks? And if you want to dive deeper into Lewis's work and legacy, check out my next video where we explore the problem of pain and how he wrestled with suffering and belief. Let's keep the conversation going together.